So I would love to ask one thing for the beginning.
Okay.
When did it all start for you?
Well, how you mean?
Everything. When was your first thought that horses is my life?
This I started, I was always, I loved animals. And I start early, with animals, to take care of. And we had at home, my grandparents, they had a lot of, had dogs and they had, pheasant, they had chicken, they had sheep, they had all things. And it was always, nice to be there. And then I started riding when I was 10. We got in our little village, we had a little pony club. And then with my brother together, we buy our first pony ourselves. And then, we start riding and playing around. We had no saddle, we had no stirrups, nothing. We had no bridle. It was just a head collar and we're just going in the field and we're riding like that. That's a little bit the way how it starts. And then, I start riding, and with 12 I was already, that's okay, winning some small good classes there. With 12 I was leading a rider in the international show in Leeuwarden. And then, with 14 I took my first European championships with the juniors. And we were second there, and then was Dutch champion with the seniors as well when I was 15. And again when I was 16. And then already we had one clinic given by Alvin Schockemüller, Johan Heinz and Dirk Barlagen, 3 top trainers. And then, they saw me, and then after 2 years when I was 18, Alvin Schockemüller, or Johan Heinz, he called my parents. It would be something for me to work for Alvin Schockemüller. So, and then in 1976, I went to Alvin Schockemüller to work there, to learn, to see what's going on, for sport, for all things. And I stayed then in Germany. That is, it's a long time ago, but it's.
And from your perspective, is there anyone who wants to start the future with the horses? What would be your advice?
No, first of all, I think, it's very important that you love animals. Because when you when you only say, I want for pleasure, I want to ride, and the horse is there and I get on and ride. It's so much more, what the horse or the animal can give to you. The nicest things, when you work with them and you feel how much they want to go with you, or what kind of character they have, what they like the most, how you can make, your own enjoyment, that's okay, that is the pleasure for the work with them, and you feel every day a little improvement, a little things go better. And that is actually for me, it's not only that riding around, but how I can improve, how I can enjoy. And then, when you get to a certain level, you want to compete, you go to the show. And then, of course, you want to make success.
Yeah.
And that is, the next step. You have to get better, you have to be competitive, and then, you have to be keen, that's okay, what is the fastest way, how I can get the best, go the best to the jumps. And that's another experience. And then, when you start to that, and then the first ribbon is starting to, to get more motivation.
Yeah.
And that is, like everything is going, every little level is getting higher and higher. So, and then you want to get more out of it, and then, it's, but it's a never-ending story.
Okay.
It keeps going, it never stops. And you learn every day, you make every day a lot of mistakes, but you shouldn't give up. The enjoyment, what the horse, the animal, what it's giving to you. That's always, what you bring back. And then you have this virus, it never stops.
It never stops. Your career was amazing, and everyone who knows you knows about it. But is there a special horse that you had in your life?
I was lucky, I had a few special horses. Was in the beginning, when I was 14, or no, even younger maybe, I had a poster in my sleeping room from Alvin Schockemüller with Rex the Robber. Was a famous horse, was already winning a lot, was leading horse several years. And it was my dream to ride one time a horse like that. And that was, when my dream came true. I came to his place, and then, first some other riders were riding, and then I got this horse. And then with this horse, I win my first World Cup. So the story or the things, that people say dreams come true. Especially for me in this part, was very, very important, or very nice, very nice thing. Of course, then you had other horses like Vai Hawaii, Joli Coeur, and the first Olympic horse was Farmer. So there is by the years Walzerkönig, winning the Grand Prix in Aachen, do Olympics, European Championships to be second with the European Championship. So
a lot of them.
To say one horse,
It's hard.
then you would be wrong to the other horses. And I think, that all the horses, and that is what I think the way the rider should take his horse and try with his horse to do the best and try to make the horse proud. Huh? We are just, the manager. We are just trying to help the horse, that the horse is in the focus, that the horse is actually the most important person.
What about people? Did you have someone who was really important in your career, which you can say that you achieved so much because I had this or this trainer, or this support?
Yeah, but I think in general, it's always how the person is. When I was young, I got already horses from other people because my parents didn't have the money, so I got horses from other people. Then you ask why. Maybe I got easier on with other horses, or maybe things went quicker with that. So it's always, up to the person how you're open, how you present yourself, how you get on the situation with things, and that you never give up. But to say, okay, one person, that's okay. I had several persons, the first person in my place was a trainer like nobody knows, Lama Brouwer. On his place I started, when I finished, I stopped school with 15. And then, I started, with some horses from different people in his place. And then, I already give lessons when I was 15. So I had 3 riding clubs giving jumping lessons, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. In the evening, 3 hours. So I go with my bike and go there, to give the training. So I have now experience for training then more than 50 years. Mm-hmm. What helps me, of course, to help the people to have the right judgment. Because you need the judgment of the rider, but as well the judgment of the horse. How you can help the people to get the horse in a better shape, to help the horse to make his life easier, and that he is more focused, more concentrated on the things he has to do. And like that, that is every day interesting. Mm-hmm. And every day change, because already today the horses was different than yesterday.
Yes.
So then you have to look, what you do and what you start to do a little bit different to get the program you want to go through, and that you give the people enough work to go home, mm-hmm. to continue with the correct work. And that is actually the main thing from these two days, to give everyone lessons, thinking, what kind of exercises, where I had to take care of, how I can get my horse in a better shape, how get the things better. And that's actually, it's nice. It takes a lot of energy. People think, you just give lessons, no, it takes a lot of energy, but because you have to concentrate. Mm-hmm. You have to be at a point to say the correct things. Mm-hmm. And that is actually, for riding the same. When you're on the wrong timing, the horse doesn't understand.
Yeah.
So there as well, to learn the right timing, the right impulsion, the right focus, and it's so delicate in all things, because the horses in general, they have how you say, what they feel, what they think, and how you get them in that way with you to get that they trust you, that they follow you. And that takes already, so many little pieces, to put together, to get in the right way and to get in the right direction.
Am I understand you correctly that you came to Warsaw, for example, for this clinic, to get an impact to the riders, to get them to understand better horses?
Yeah, okay, the thing is, they asked me already several years. Family Delke, they asked me already so many times to come here and give training or clinics, things like that. And for me, the problem is to get here. Mm-hmm. For me, it's easier to fly to Mallorca. It's easier than to get here.
Oh, wow. Why is that?
Because from my place, I drive, 1.5 hours to Hanover.
Okay.
I fly from Hanover to Munich.
Okay.
And from Munich to Warsaw.
To here, okay.
So, and the same way, here, tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, my flight is to Amsterdam.
Okay, yeah.
And then from Amsterdam, we go to Hanover.
Oh,
so it's half a day again, that's okay, you lost. And sometimes, it's easier when you say, okay, fly in the evening or fly in the morning, 7 o'clock, be there at 8 o'clock, because normally it should be 2 hours, it should be not more. And then you say, okay, they have the whole day. And then in the evening, when you say the last flight is 7 o'clock, then you have a whole day what you can do training, but it's impossible here. So that is actually, why, for me as well, that it's quite complicated to get here, and that's why it makes the work, more difficult.
Yeah, but is there any one goal which you have?
First of all is, of course, it's okay, they get new ideas. Mm-hmm. They get new focus. They get maybe the philosophy of their riding and things is changing a little bit. And that, I think, is the most important, that they get the right. That's why I'm even to the public, talking, because to transmit or to give as much as information, why you do this, why you do that, and when you have problem, how you behave or how you get on, because with problems we are working every day, and we have a little bit, the difficulty in the moment, that people, we animal protectors and here and then, and welfare of the horses and things like that. But we have to remind as well, it's still the horse. And when we want to compete, the horse, we have to work. We cannot say, okay, leave him in the box and we go, or leave him in the field, and on a Sunday we go to the show. This will not work. So we need a nice, correct work with the horse. And that, sometimes is a little difficult. Sometimes you have to be a little bit stronger or a little bit find a way how you get on with that horse. But okay, normally, that is going. I don't like, when people behave wrong. That's why I say when somebody kicks me in my bump, I have no problem. But teasing every day, I hate. This I don't like. And that's what I think is for the horse the same. To tell him, this you have to do, and then it's okay, it's good. But every day and punish and this is not good.
This is what I want to ask you as well about the welfare. You mentioned about it.
Yeah.
Now is a time where we need to be very conscious about the welfare, and many people, journalists like me, are asking questions.
Yeah.
Do horses like that? What we can do with the welfare? Do you feel that there is a big change coming for the sport, or there is some points that we need to be careful about?
In general, it's okay, we all have to be careful. But in what way? That is, and I like, in some parts to explain some things, why things are like they are. You have kids?
Yes, I do.
When you did go with your kid first time to the kindergarten, did the kid like it?
No.
So screaming.
Exactly.
So the mother mostly screaming as well, because
crying.
it's a hard time.
Yeah.
Do you think that a 3-year-old horse or a 4-year-old horse likes that we ride them?
Not exactly for the beginning.
I don't think they like.
Yeah.
So in that way, very common. That's okay. It doesn't mean that the kid afterwards they learn and they have nice, nice friends, things that they enjoy.
Okay.
It's the same with the horses. When you go correct with the horse and they like and the riding and the horses feel good, then they start to enjoy. And that is, what for me, that we have to learn, to get the right communications. Because when we look the small group, what is against us is the group who have the biggest mouth.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
They talk the most. You don't hear so much from complete insider. Okay, we always have, and this never will stop, that always we have black people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That they're completely doing wrong, and that is okay. It's good, they have to get away, and they have to learn to behave correct. That is 100% that we have to look for. But for the others, it's okay that we have people on the side, and they want, that they want to criticize what our work is, with the experience we have, what we know, can be one day a little bit difficult. But after a day and the horse enjoys what he's doing, and you see the faces, you see the things, what's going on, then you say, we've done the right thing. Okay. And that people have to learn as well, that's okay, because they would love to put a horse on the same level as people are. And in general, the horse is the same as a pig or a cow or a sheep, things, they are animals we use. And I think we never should forget this, that we use the animals. And if you look, especially in the top sport, but people taking care of the horses, people who are doing everything, that's okay, spend the last penny, that's okay, to do everything for the horse, with the blacksmith, the vet, the physiotherapist, so much.
Everything.
The food, and then they need from Bemer, the men. So, what these things the normal people never see.
Yeah.
They can criticize that just okay, people are sitting on a horse.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is, what I think, it needs a right conversation, between, there's okay that people as well. It's the same, when you are a journalist and you would talk bad about our sport, then you would kill your cow. And that's what a lot of people forget as well. That journalists, they are already, they have the feeling, we get from outside, so much, that we have to take care, we have to be completely against it and we can be completely against that. And then I say, but they never, they never looked into to get a close contact to these people, what actually they are doing, how much time they invest in, and what they are doing for the horses. Even with transportation, when you look at trucks, how in these days when they go to, you say, okay, I can live there. My house is not as good as my truck is, like that, huh? Yeah. And that is, things that's okay. That normal people never see, and they see, from what I see sometimes, that. When somebody is riding and they're standing one on the outside and have critics, normally the riders say, come on, I'm not as good, but maybe you should go. Huh? And then they are shocked.
Yeah.
Huh? They like to go comments. But if you say, no, you show me how it should be, what is your view, how we should get on. Yeah. I would like to have help. Huh? If I can do things better, I love to have help. And this is for me the same. When somebody is there and have more knowledge or more and a very good idea for one thing, I love.
Of course.
I would use this okay because I'm not the only person who say okay that everything is perfect.
Yeah, I've got one last question. After all your achievements, what is your dream now?
My dream?
Yeah.
No, my dream is to keep going on like what I'm doing. I enjoy every day. I have my kids, my small kids. Everything is there. What is in is very good. The only thing for me, what I achieve to get time for myself.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any favorite rider?
Yeah, we have a lot of good riders, especially now. But sometimes you have for different attitudes, you have different riders. And you say, okay, when you see John Whittaker, it's always that's okay. He is with less effort, get super results. We have we say, okay, Hendrik van Eckermann, he's the number one in the world. We have Lauritzje Vogel. We have Katrin Ackermann or Laura Klaphaker, or there's okay that is. There are so many, in these days, what are good riders, and that is Irish riders. They're at the moment, I think, the strongest. But there's okay that even when you have a super rider, is Christian Ahlmann or you have Philipp Weishaupt, Christian Kuckuck.
A lot.
So it's really a lot. You can completely go in another direction. Hugo Simon was a person for me. I would love to see him today. Because it's much more activity. He is really, he's so ambitious, he's so much emotion, and that is sometimes what we miss in these days.
Okay.
And I like, that's okay, because we have an emotional sport. We have, that people and everything is there, to enjoy what they see and how they go on with animals. And that is what I like, that's okay, that these things should be more.
Okay, sure. Hope to see you in Poland. I know the effort was big, but I hope to see you once again in Poland.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Pleasure.
Okay.